Hello, this is Brad Harvey with Harvey Investment Management with our 2025 year-end recap. It certainly was an interesting year last year. We saw stocks going down into April and then recovering nicely into the end of the year. We saw commodities doing well, especially precious metals. So let's start to go through some of the numbers. In the US, the Dow Jones Industrial Average for the year was up 12.94%, while the S&P 500 was up 16.39, and the NASDAQ 100 rocking it at 20.16. The Russell 3000, remember that's an all-cap index, was up 15.63, while the Russell 2000 small cap of 11.29. Non-US, certainly a highlight. Non-US large cap developed up 27.01. Emerging markets up 30.82. While 10-year yields came down 9%, ending the year at 4.16, the Barclays Aggregate Bond Index was up 3%, while the Long Treasury Index was down 0.19 and the Long Zeros were actually down 4%. REITs were flat at 0.66%, and then the action was in the commodity side. Bond-based commodities were up 4.58%, while gold was up 63.68% for the year. Monster year, biggest in my career. Oil was down 20.01%, and the dollar was down a little over 9%. Certainly with the dollar coming down, that was a bit of a tailwind for non-US assets, and quite frankly for precious metals. So what does all of this mean? As we look in the aggregate and we start to forecast for 2026, there are some things that I think we really need to be paying attention to. As we've seen toward the end of the year, the mega cap tech in the US really did start to decelerate. I personally think we're going to see a continuation of that in 26. Yes, AI is a big technology. It's going to be doing some transformative things. However, I think it's gotten a bit ahead of itself. Looks like the market is priced in absolute perfection on those mega caps. So I don't think that's necessarily where we want to be focusing as an overweight. Further, I think we're going to continue to see the dollar fall a bit. I think we're going to see some volatility in interest rates, and I think inflation's going to start to rear its ugly head again, in spite of some of the policy decisions that are coming out. What does that also mean? Well, we want to be making sure we have exposure in energy and real assets like precious metals, gold, platinum, palladium, copper. We want to make sure we've got exposure in those areas. If we have zero, we want to certainly be getting a footstep in there unless you're a very conservative investor. So this is Brad Harvey with Harvey Investment Management 2025 Recap. Thanks for tuning in.